camera, not the phone.
No, you're too cute.
My name's Alvina. I'm originally from Minnesota. I grew up there and in Oklahoma and in Texas. And I came from a single-parent family that was heavily involved in church ministry and missions. I started doing ministry with my mom when I was 10. She allowed me to go with her to minister to some of the prostitutes and pimps and to the vulnerable people on the streets. I was a bit scared, but it was a great opportunity to see how God's love and God's word could really touch people at a practical level as well as at an inspirational level. So just really being able to be involved with my mom doing her single-parent ministries and all the different ways she served the vulnerable people groups and whoever needed. Our doors were always open. And just seeing how God worked in my own life just really inspired me to want to do that for others and really show God's love practically around the world. I've done a lot of local missions through my church. So my churches throughout Oklahoma and Texas, we would go and bring vans full of clothing and food to, the inner city of Denver, Colorado, or we'd go minister at churches throughout Arkansas and Missouri and Kansas, and we did a lot of outreaches in Oklahoma. I was involved in a dance team and an arts team and just a whole bunch of different ministries. And we would go and minister at the detention center, youth centers, and we were pen pals with them. And we'd go every month to go visit them, and we'd perform there. And then we'd go to the different projects and minister to just a lot of the gang members. Also adopted the new students on campus. So if they were homesick and stuff, they would have a big sister or big brother. Also went to Los Angeles and helped set up one of the first facilities for the Los Angeles Dream Center. I worked with the homeless there and people on Skid Row. Then I started doing international missions, just traveling all over the world. And so I've been back to Mexico to build homes in Tijuana for people that live in the trash heaps in the different facilities there, the slums and stuff. Traveled with Youth with a Mission, did missions in England, and also with Teen Mania in England at different after-school care, and also in the schools, ministering in the schools and different age groups. Done ministry in Thailand with the prostitutes in Pattaya, also with different orphanages up north, and taught English as a second language in China, and just helped out with street children there. And and also in Australia. I just came back from doing 2 years independent missions there through my church, and then working at the end in Melbourne with about 4 or 5 different churches, and just really helping to train up and raise up the church. I was looking online, especially around the time that Haiti got hit, and I remember when Louisiana got hit, and just a lot of the natural disasters, and that just broke my heart. And I saw that YWAM was down there and trying to help people and trying to gather as many kids together as possible, and even people that didn't have a lot of money or anything like that, they just used the housing they had. And here in England, they are ministering to prostitutes up in Liverpool through the Pearls Project, and also women in addictions, and then they have like counseling services, and they're also helping the homeless and unemployed in London and throughout all of England. And I saw how the very people groups that I feel most called to, and the places and the things that I've been involved with and experienced myself, that YWAM was there hands-on helping these different people groups and the vulnerable, and I just wanted an opportunity to be able to do that long term. And the location I'm at right now, we have a lot of training schools throughout these locations, and they take in a lot of young people and people of all different ages, depending in these discipleship training schools, and also in more advanced schools. And they take them, and they not only help them spiritually to recognize who they are and recognize who God is to them, but they help to train them up to have a heart and know how to practically reach these people. And it's just amazing that it's amazing that these young people don't have to go through what I went through, and they don't have to suffer and know that stuff firsthand to have a heart to reach everyone, and just to really love on them and to be able to bring them hope and joy and just everything that God has for them. So that's really exciting to be a part of that. And I do want to just take a minute out and thank Natalie, one of my girls in Australia whom I mentor, to just thank her for just coming up with the idea of this fundraiser for this concert, for contacting Tom. I want to thank Tom. I've never met you, but I am truly humbled and speechless that you agreed to put on this concert to help. And I want to thank everyone who's helping her, Nicole, and just everyone, all the churches that I had the honor and privilege of just being a part of, living in Australia and doing missions for 2 years. I want to thank you for just coming today. I want to thank everyone for just coming and hearing my heart, for listening to Tom, and just for just being a part tonight and coming. It just means a lot to me that you came and you just wanted to hang out, have a good time, and hear about what God's doing over here. I would like to kind of put out the invitation to join my team if you would like, and very much believe that when we have a team, it's not saying, oh, will you give me money? It's inviting you to join in helping these people and carry out the call of God on their lives. So reaching the homeless, reaching the prostitutes, helping training up young people to go into whatever arena they've been called to, even if that's going back home and reaching their hometown. One of the best ways that I'd like people to get involved is just to stay connected with me. If, that could be in a newsletter, that could be being part of my prayer team, that could be financially supporting me monthly, that could be adopting me as a missionary for your church or your youth group, doing 1 or 2 fundraisers a year and just writing letters back and forth. If I'm going to an orphanage, then maybe you guys writing a bunch of cards for the orphans and I take those with me. Or if I'm going to the homeless and it's going to be Christmas time, if you guys wanted to make Christmas cards and send a donation to help buy blankets or something, for them. There's lots of ways to get involved. It's not all financial, but finances obviously is a huge need because we have monthly things that we have to do, like pay rent and buy food and buy the food for the homeless and everything we would need to pretty much carry out the call of God on our lives and to run the different schools and stuff. Even the paper and the printing and everything that we do, we individually pay for all of that to be able to carry it out. And so to donate at this event tonight, Natalie and some of her friends will be taking up a collection, and then they will donate it directly to Youth with a Mission, Harpenden, on my behalf. And there's a website that we've created to where you can donate online directly. And you can also receive updates and read a little bit more about what I'm doing here in Harpenden and throughout all of England. And then there's also, if you want to get your church involved in possibly sponsoring me either monthly or getting the youth group to adopt me to do fundraisers once or twice a year or write those letters and just get involved that way. You can see Natalie afterward for a packet of information on how to get your church involved.